Hello. Today I feel a little bit cooler today, so I came out to walk. Today I like to talk about this Broadway musical. Oh, it's about 1986 or 87, somewhere around that time. It's called Chess. Chess is the story of the chess player. Russians and Americans did this chess tournament or whatever, finalist, and they try to compete each other, I guess. And the American guy is more or less like he has a girlfriend, but also the Russian guy is fall in love with American guy's girlfriend, Florence, I would say. So it's a very kind of an interesting story. In this particular Broadway musical, one song stand out. It is a song called Anthem. Anthem is of course, the Russian anthem that Anatoly sings. And the people ask him, did you forget about your own country, homeland? And so to respond to that, he responded. He defected to the U.S. from Russia a while ago, and so he sang this song called Anthem. And this is my most favorite Broadway songs, probably, because it's a beautiful song. Michael Bose sings beautifully, Josh Groban also sings beautifully, and so are the others. Lots of, so this is like a baritone's repertoire songs of Broadway. And but in this particular song, the most poignant thing is that particular thing that you never forget about your homeland, even though you're defected or you live long time in the other places. So all through that, this particular song kind of appealed to me tremendously. And to think about my home country, Japan, quite often I think about the Japan. I always, all the time, looking for some good YouTube video of Japan. But unfortunately, I think most of the YouTube stuff about Japan is about newly visitor who came to Japan and amazed about this anime culture and Tokyo, the sheer size of Tokyo as a metropolitan area. So I feel that there should be more people video blogging from Japan, and people who are a very similar age of mine. I am looking for it, but I don't seem to find that particular blog. I think that mostly because most people in Japan are pretty much very private, I would say. Very private, as a matter of fact. Even though they have a video log, but they don't show their faces, and of course they don't talk about their personal stuff that much. At that age, I would say they won't mind about talking about themselves, or their life, and fun and disappointment of life. But still they are very, very private. But that's okay, so I find this San Franciscan who came, I think, a little bit later than the year that I came, and but he is like 71 years old, and talking about living in San Francisco, and pretty much he's a loner, or he didn't have a friend when he was young, and he didn't fit in the culture of Japanese culture, so that's why he came and established himself living in the US. So I really kind of sympathized with him, and I put the description down below, his YouTube. Very nice, but he has sometimes English subtitle, but mostly he talks in English, in Japanese, I'm sorry. And so pretty much to the audience of Japanese learner, or the Japanese people, targeted video. But I really kind of like his videos, because they're kind of a similar taste or whatever. And anyway, so Japan is like I don't know, I mean, just because you are born there, you cannot get rid of it. I cannot get rid of it, and I continuously, probably unconsciously, crave for the things, mostly happy things of Japan, and nature of Japan, and people are happy in Japan and so forth. That's what I crave for. But the flip side of that is that when I was in Japan, I left when I was 27 years old. By the way, this Russian Anatoly, the chess player, right, who defected to the US. And there was also another person who is defected to the US at the age of about 27 probably. Is Mikhail Baryshnikov, a Russian ballet dancer, and he became very big in you know, the theater scene, and he made a couple of movies, and he's the same age as me. And so kind of looking for his you know, like you know, what about his life right now and so forth too. And so yeah, I think I tend to be attracted to the person who are born at the same year. You know, Olivia Newton-John passed away, Graham Fry of Eagles passed away, many people passed away. Dan Seals with England Dan and John Ford Coley passed away, and Kenny Loggins is still alive, I would say. James Taylor is still very alive, active, and Jackson Brown, very, very active still, and they're all born 1948. And so I kind of constantly, periodically look for their information. Yeah, so going back to the my heritage, I think when I was there, when I was younger, I didn't feel fit in there. I didn't feel that I should stay there for the rest of my life, because I felt like I should explore the culture that I really fell in love at that time, and I should go outside the country, because Japan is a very, very small island country, very closed country. I think you know, about 150 or 200 years ago, they have this 200 years of closed society where samurai culture, you know, flourished, and it has its own, you know, arts and music and beautiful stuff they established during that time. And so, but for me, the samurai culture was very scary to me, because of the samurai as it is like you have a sword. So you know, evidently you have to use your sword to do their own work, to kill somebody, right? And if you make a mistake, or one way or the other, you have to commit harakiri, which is like a very, very scary thing. And about 10 years ago, so Yoji Yamada, the Japanese film director, which I really loved, he did lots of very, very nice films of Japanese society, Japanese living, and very warm-hearted, very nice. He has this movie called Tasogaru Seibei, which is Twilight Samurai. I think English title is Twilight Samurai. I really love that film, but even that film even though I really love the Yoji Yamada's directions of this particular film. But what is depicted is this killing with the soul in the core of the particular theme of the movie, which, you know, all of a sudden put me in the position where, yeah, I don't like that culture. It's not peaceful. And so, yeah, I think it's a very difficult proposition that you have to understand that most of the Japanese people grew up after World War II, for example. They grew up with American culture and admiring American culture or the Western culture, especially, you know, French and German and the Spanish, like that. And but they also loved the Japanese culture as well. But mostly in my generation, I think they kind of admired the outside culture, I would say. So, yeah, I grew up in that kind of a culture. So, Japan for me is like very nostalgic, but at the same time, you know, you feel like you don't fit in there. So, you know, looking back, my youth in Japan, of course, when I left, I think I was more or less like a very depressed stage, I think, almost the point of you know, breaking. And so the US kind of saved me. My life became completely different, completely like a free. I think this is not just because I'm Japanese and coming to US, but I think some of the people who are in the US born and went to Japan because they really love the Japanese anime culture, and they grew up watching Japanese anime all through the childhood, and they have this particular dream of coming to US. And so, you know, I really understand what they're thinking. Yeah. No man, no madness, through the sun, power may prevail, can possess, conquer my country's heart, they rise to fail. She's eternal, long before nation lines were drawn, where no flag flew, where no army stood, my land was born. And you ask me why I love her, through wars, death and despair. She's a constant, we who don't care. And you wonder will I live her, but how? I cross over borders, but I'm still there now. How can I leave her? Where would I start? Let man's petty nation tear themselves apart. My land's only borders lie around my heart.